I have the grass wall here, and this was on Saturday that it was put up. And so I was like, okay, most likely this is where I'm gonna have my desk. That's pretty much it. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna put on that wall. But again, I just wanna get out of the need of wanting to cover every piece of empty space on the wall. This is gonna be the waiting area. So I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. Just have 2 chairs, a coffee table, which I feel like if I have the coffee table, I may not necessarily go and get a bar cart. I believe I'm gonna have the TV there. Even though a lot of spas don't necessarily have TVs in their waiting area, but I have one and it's new and I was just like, why not? So over here, this space, I'm gonna have, I am thinking that I will have a clothing rack to display the fajas and the body shapers for the women. The treatment rooms, these curtains will create privacy so that those who are in the waiting area or the public won't see, you know, everything that's being done. So this is the pink room. And I'm calling it pink room because we colored it pink, and it's going to be like a content room slash area where people could come if they want to use this space for a sip and paint. And then right over here, either here or behind treatment number 4, but most likely over here, I'm gonna have the sauna. There's a sauna coming in at the end of this week. That's it. I'm gonna try to keep it as, oh, that's not it. Over here is gonna be the yoni steam area.
The biggest lesson.
Patience. Because I wanted to snap my finger and say, yes, it's gonna happen in 1 week. I'm gonna be in, everything's gonna be in place. And I've had to twice go back to the drawing board and say, no, I actually have to start the beginning of August.
Josette and I, we go back. You know, our family worship together in a big community church where that was very important at the time for like the Haitian immigrants. So we go way back.
Honestly, she's a really nice person. Like, she cares about us a lot. She cares about like a lot of people, and she works really hard. And she's really pretty.
I remember Josette being a grade school teacher, I should say junior high school teacher. That's how we met, really. Always enthusiastic, always looking to learn something.
Oh, she want to go to school? No, she don't talk about that. She don't talk about business, no. She don't talk about that.
So she get that from you or from mother?
That business?
Yeah.
But from me. Because when I was a young boy, you know, go to school and make something to make money, put my pocket, go back to school again. So try. When I go up, you know, with 20, 23, 24, 27, whatever. And then I make business in Haiti. I got a business in Haiti.
How I know Josette, well, I think about 5 years ago, and she picked me as her caterer. That's how we met, and ever since, we became customers and clients, and then friends.
It was like a learning curve for Haitians, because most of the time, well, in our congregation was like first generation, growing up. So we were dealing with our parents not really knowing the culture of the United States, New York in particular, not really knowing the language, and just trying to make it in this system, new system. Because back then we thought we was gonna be like, you know, Tina Turner, Diana Ross. Yeah, she was alto just like me.
Oh, she like to do, like to do, so she got homework. When she got homework, she like, when she coming home, so sometime when I get, no, every time she coming home, I help her to do homework, you know, and then, you know, she's very smart. She chooses something better for her.
She first started out with doing makeup, so I wasn't too surprised when she told me that she was looking into do something like this.
We were in a choir called New Generation together, and she was an alto with me in my section, so you know, us alto, we stick together.
And she tries her best for us.
And
So, when your mom told you guys that she was going to open up a business, what did you think?
I was really happy for her because she started, like, she wanted to open her business ever since, like, 2020. And she started with a business about, like, your credit or something like that. And then she switched over.
Business credit.
Yeah, business credit. And then she switched over to the spa because it was...
To a spa.
I told her that's awesome. I didn't know that she was really part into the beauty industry, and I told her it's awesome. Does she know what's in store for her? And she was like, yeah, I started it kind of, but you know, I want to make it bigger and better. I'm like, okay, well, and I gave her some of my inputs, such as on promoting, and being visible. Because sometimes, even though people know, like friends and family may know you're there, but if you don't keep reminding them, they won't come until you're there.
Very intelligent girl. When she goes to school, you know, she don't have no problem with her. She really very, very intelligent girl, you know, smart, smart. You know?
But Josette was like a ride or die, you know. One of those. It was like three of us: me, Daphne, Josette. We know Saturday comes, we got junior choir rehearsal. We're going to maybe take a risk and walk to the corner store without telling our parents we're leaving the church, you know. Hang out at the park. So she was like, it was three of us. And then we had, you know, maybe Naomi, Stefana, you know, which made up like our singing group.
It's just amazing. It's amazing what she's done and what she was able to do by focusing and putting her mind into it. So Josette, I have no words for her. She's amazing.
No, I was really proud of her. I've always been proud of her, and I tell her that every day too. She's like strict when it comes to like education and stuff like that, but she's not like completely strict. She lets us have fun too.
Okay. Have you ever seen what your mom does in the shop? Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's pretty like cool that she like gets to help other people lose weight.
And pretty roomy.
Yeah, and like she gets to like help people lose weight and like do the little machines on them and stuff like that.
And like the sauna is very hot. It's gonna make you sweat top to bottom.
My parents migrated to the U.S. because they, as many other people from outside of the U.S., they were looking for a better future. They were looking for greater opportunities than where they were. My father actually came to the U.S. first. And a lot of Caribbean people have a similar story where if they're married or, you know, if they have someone, a loved one, a significant other in the country where they resided, they often get a visa, which is the case with my parents, and they come to the U.S. to see if they can make a better living and better opportunities, right? As I mentioned to you, you know, growing up in Haiti, it was really tough. The money wasn't really right for them, although they were entrepreneurs from the get-go, by the way. They were making sales, selling things, working for businesses there, but still had an opportunity to set their own hours, days, etc. And so my dad traveled here first. And then 2 years later, my mom came to join him. They were a young couple, so unfortunately they spent their first year apart, after the first year I should say. My older sister was born in Haiti. She's 3 years older than me, and so after 2 months after she was born, my dad migrated to the U.S. And so it was really tough. You know, my mom, as I call, women sometimes single married women, because she was in Haiti with their daughter, but she was still hoping and expecting to join her husband, which was my dad, and which is my dad. And so basically, they came together. And of course, when she came, she conceived me. Thank you very much. And so 9 months later rather, I was born. And so it was a really good move. They don't regret it. They actually are both naturalized U.S. citizens now. And so they vote, they have all the benefits of what a U.S. citizen who was born here would have. So I started off in Catholic school, and that was interesting because I was there, my brother was there. It was, like I said, it paid its purpose for that time, but we didn't stay there. He wasn't really doing that well, and so my father was encouraged by the school administrators that, he should remove us so that way he's not spending money for failing classes for my brother. So at the time, we did move on to public school, so that was also interesting. By 5th grade, we were in public school. So I went to school in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, that's where I was born and raised, and District 17. So I'm a product of PS 221 on Empire Boulevard. I went 2 or 3 blocks down to IS 391, which no longer is there because a lot of the schools have broken into other schools, and charter schools occupy some of the spaces as well. And then I went to George W. Wingate High School. So that's my schooling in Brooklyn. And then from there, when I graduated high school, I went to Marymount College, which was a small college in Tarrytown, New York, which no longer is open, but was affiliated with Fordham University. So that's where I studied and earned my bachelor's of science. And then from there, I was do or die medical student. So I was like, I needed to get into a medical program anywhere I could. And so I did get into podiatric medical school in Cleveland, Ohio. However, during that time, I decided to, I actually came back to New York because I was expecting my first daughter. And so I took a break and I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and become a teacher. And I substitute teaching for about 6 months while I was pregnant, had my daughter over the summer, and then in the fall, I secured an actual, teaching position, had my own classroom. So it was very interesting, my first year of teaching, and so that's pretty much my experience with that. And yeah, so let me just backtrack a little bit. So yes, here I go. I'm 20 years into education. I became a teacher when my daughter was born, my first daughter, and the rest is history kind of thing, right? And so several years later, about 15 years later, I became an administrator. I became an assistant principal in the same district that I graduated from, District 17. As an educator, you find that, you have some perks. You have summers paid off, you have holidays off, you get out at 2:20 in the afternoon. Those are perks. Not everyone gets off that early. Not everyone has the whole summer paid off, and not everyone get every holiday paid off. And so it was those things, in addition to the love and passion that I have for the Black and brown children that I was serving, that allowed me to remain in a high school classroom. But then I started fast forwarding to during the time when COVID hit. It was really difficult for me to accept the fact that I wanted to remain in this field because COVID really shook and shifted a lot of things in education. I was working for the New York City Department of Education, and to know that with such a large district the largest in the country, but yet did not have all the systems in place for technology. It was devastating. But yet, because the whole country shut down in March of 2020, we all had to learn and figure it out on the spot. Teachers who weren't necessarily using Google Classroom, wasn't necessarily using technology regularly, had to learn and learn quick. And so it made me realize that during that time working at home, the entire school year after that, I was able to stay home and work from home because of my pre-existing condition. I realized that I actually like the remote setting. I like to actually work and not have to rush and be in the hustle and bustle and have a rat race around New York City trying to get, a parking spot, try to get to the building at 7:30 a.m. It was really amazing to be able to get up at 7 a.m. and still be on camera by 8 a.m. because I was in the comfort of my home. And so that was during the time that I also went ahead and took a leap of faith, the first time ever, to apply for my first business, LLC, in the state of New York. And also, the first one was in the state of Florida, but I converted it and transferred it to New York. And I was then saying, I want to test the waters. I want to see what's out there. And so before I got into the beauty brand, I actually was, actually selling business credit, classes, courses, workshops with people who were like me, new entrepreneurs, and needed to raise money and, get funding from other people to be able to build their business. So it was really amazing to be able to, offer that service, but it didn't do it for me. I didn't stop there. And so I decided to go into the beauty business because I love going to the spa, I love self-care, and I love to zen and just know that I'm doing something for me, and just basically like doing my nails, doing my makeup, doing my hair, and of course getting a massage, getting into the sauna, having an opportunity to control, certain things like, taking time for myself is important. I have very little support, and it's not something that I'm really happy about. It's not something that, even from wanting to do this documentary, and we were excited, you and I, when we met over the summer, and, we wanted to talk about how we were going to get people to sit and speak to you and answer certain things about, me or about the business or about just knowing me. And that's when I realized that the minimal, support was there. Although those who were able to provide their time and service with, speaking about how this business have come together, how, Josette, knowing how they knew Josette, family members joined in, my parents, my daughters, that was amazing. And so that made me realize that those people who have a voice in this documentary are the ones who really wanted to be part of this journey. Not to say others aren't. However, there are times in life that we have to prioritize. And so perhaps scheduling wasn't right. Perhaps the, passion to say, okay, I want to, take the time to speak to, Josette's media director wasn't there. And so I have learned a lot during this time. I'm only about 7 months into my business, and the amount of support that I was expecting, is not there yet. And I don't know if it'll ever be there, but the support that I do have is enough. I reach out to people who aren't necessarily in the category of friends and family, and even my therapist, who have given me the type of insight and given me the type of motivation and encouragement, and positive motivation and encouragement, because when I'm being discouraged by people who know me to, oh, maybe it won't work out, maybe you should do it from home, maybe you should do it this way, that way, it's like I tend to just want to take it in, internalize it. But I'm learning to not do that and know that it's coming from a safe place because they want to, share their thoughts and their concern. But that is not what is going to keep me going. And what's going to keep me going is remembering my why, my purpose in this, and knowing that, okay, with those who understand what it is from start to finish, because they've gone through that journey themselves, they're the ones who can relate and can understand why you're still pushing through. And so that is what keeps me going every day. I'm telling you, there are times when I'm like, I really don't think this is the time anymore, or I really don't know if this is really was worth, you know, all the effort and money and time and things that I put together. But then I turn around and say, nope, I'm going to keep going to the end. And I'm going to make sure that I prove to myself, my daughters, and everyone who's rooting for me that I stuck with it and that I was actually following the light at the end of the tunnel. So 7 months ago, I was definitely not signing any lease. I was not using business credit like I am now, not using business funding, not applying for grants. So the things that I wasn't doing are the things I would say 7 months ago to someone else, that you need to go ahead and really maximize applying to, you know, grants, making sure that you network, okay, because your network is your net worth. And so really getting to know people. And not only networking, but there's this new thing, and it's not really that new, but it's really fascinating to collaborate with others. Because there are times when collaboration could actually be a situation where you barter the services, okay, where you actually come, meeting of the minds, coming up with ideas, coming up with ways to help each other. And so the benefits have to be there. In addition to that, I would so tell someone, make sure you have your business credit accounts, because it's real. I funded everything in here with business credit. Everything. Down to the desk, the chairs, everything was purchased through business credit. And so my thing is, when it comes down to it, 7 months ago, if I had known then, there were some things I would have done in place of, because of course, business credit, you know, yes, you're building your profile as a business owner, but you also, obviously, it's not a grant, you know, it's not per se a loan, but it is something that you have an extended time on repaying. So it does give you that leverage, so that way you can get things started and that you can be able to build. My equipment and my machines, that's through business funding. Okay, financing. And so, yes, it's paid over time, but it wasn't paid right off the bat. And so that was amazing when, you know, I was able to qualify and be able to do that. So I didn't have to necessarily take everything out of pocket. Of course, coming into the space required, you know, funds, obviously. However, what I love about coming into my commercial space, I also did it business to business. So I'm listed here as BK Blossom Beauty, okay, not Josette Fleury Douglas. And so these are the things that I would tell someone who's coming into the business. Get some things in place. Make sure you apply for your LLC. Make sure you apply for business credit. Make sure you have business funding of some sort. Make sure that you are using other people's money, whether through grants, whether through, you know, business financing, so that you can leverage that time, leverage the money eventually, that you can be able to, you know, market your business and get some clients in.
So my experience was phenomenal. First of all, I am Josette's makeup artist, and I got a chance to support my sis. It was amazing. My God, the drinks were phenomenal. Food was, the spa treatment is to die for. So you need to come here ASAP.
Hi, so I had an amazing time. It was a beautiful experience. I enjoyed the hand massage, the chair massage. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for being here, and I just cannot wait to come back for another experience.
Yeah, this is the third section. The experience is very great. She works with professionals.
So far, so let me see. So the first time I enjoyed it, and that's why I ended up doing like a membership. But the interesting part was that when I actually had gotten like 3 sessions, I texted her and I was like, oh, Blossom, oh my God, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I am the skinniest person walking down the street. I felt skinny. I felt like my back was straight.
My expectations before coming here was like, you know, to feel good, to make sure that everything what was said in the ad about it, you know, that I get. So, and I did get that, you know, and I really feel good. I even told a lot of my friends about it too, so I like it. My expectations was similar to what more or less what I had, because I've had something similar done in the past and I wanted to see if it was anything like it. So she actually met my expectations and went above what I was expecting, which is amazing.
Franchising. Georgia, Texas, you know, it's getting cold in New York, you know, but definitely franchising and reaching out to people that she knows and her sorority sisters and just growing big, blowing it out.
She's probably gonna move it to Atlanta, because by that time, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be in college, I think. Or no, I'm gonna be in high school. I'm gonna be in my 3rd year of high school, or 2nd. And
relax, girl. It's not like yes.
And by that time, like I see like a very like big store, and then she's not gonna be working. She's gonna have like other people working at the spa, and she's gonna be there like sometimes and not all the time, and yeah.
Man, it's definitely going to expand for sure. I definitely know she has God by her side. So, man, it's going to be nothing but success. And I can't wait to see what God has in store for Josette. But it's going to be big and it's going to be major. And I'm happy that I'm a part of it.
She really think about something to make her progress, you know. She don't want to back, and she want to go forward. That's good too.
Well, Josette, I wish you all the best. Encourage yourself every day. Know that you can do it. Persevere. Give it your all. Not 50%. I don't care who you have, if it's a partner or whatever. Don't care about that. Give it your all. Not 50%, not half, but give it your all and all the best that you got. Encourage, keep on pushing, and most of all, advertise, marketing, and let them know that, yes, I'm here and this is what I offer, and I need you, you know. And knowing that I'm here. I'm a phone call away for someone that's been in business for the past 5 years to let her know if she needs any help, I'm just a phone call away.
I foresee it thriving. I foresee it growing. I foresee her expanding her services. I see her partnering with others to make it, you know, a little bit more grander. Josette is again a person who puts her mind into everything that she does. She's very passionate, and I think she's going to go far.